there was one rapper, I didn't know who he was, but there's one rapper who has a video on YouTube where he goes to Amsterdam, and he's obviously rolling up the weed, but he's investing in this cryptocurrency project. Oh, it's like a cryptocurrency investment fund project to where you invest in one cryptocurrency or whatever, you invest in this project, and they distribute your investment to different cryptocurrencies based on whatever models or whatever is going on. So there's several projects like that where it's like an investment fund for cryptocurrency type of thing. I'm not really into those so much. I like to do my own research and invest in the specific things, which is one of the things I want to talk about in future meetings, which is the lesser known cryptocurrencies. If you guys are actually interested in this, do your research, which will help you in the future. During these meetings, I'm going to do more research myself and then kind of give you guys lectures briefly on new stuff, so we can talk about new stuff. But do your research on Bitcoin and Ethereum so you can have a foundation and know about that stuff, so then in the future we could talk about more obscure cryptocurrencies like OMG and Verge and PivX and Golem. There's over 1,000 different types of cryptocurrency now. So it's kind of overwhelming to navigate the whole landscape, but once you're in it,
everything makes sense.
Yeah, once you're in it, you can kind of see like the cream always rises to the top with everything, you know? So once you get into it, if you plan on doing that, then it becomes less overwhelming quickly because you start to see like, oh, these projects are good, all of these projects are fucking bullshit.
It's not surprising. Just I don't know. So good.
It's kind of like everything. I mean, with the internet generation, you know, it's so crazy that people like us who grew up with the internet, we can identify a bullshit. You know how like adware and stuff and malware, they try to trick you. They make it look like a real website, or they have the targeted like, this hot chick wants to fuck down the street or whatever, you know? And like, I've actually been sitting at the computer with old people that are like, oh, they're down the street. I'm like, no, they're not. Like they don't even get it. Whereas like with us, we just intuitively know. We can just see a web page and be like, oh, this is adware, you know? Yeah. We know the little signs without even really knowing it.
I'll still jump into like 23 bizarre photos that'll make you say
yeah.
Something like that. Like
I used to click on them.
Yeah, I'll click on them. Like so many ads will pop up. Like I just want the picture.
Yeah.
It's like one picture.
The Google ads.
Yeah,
they've been trying to trick you, man.
The other day, my mom called up to me. I was upstairs. She was like, "Kevin, the way Robert Johnson died." And I went down. I was like, "No, that's not real."
It's fake news.
Yeah, I was like, that's fake, Mom.
You guys are disappointed like
I thought he was dead. He broke my heart.
I mean, that relates back to cryptocurrency though, because such a small amount of people understand it now. And when you see it in the news, it's usually only Bitcoin. Ethereum's starting to get more press though, like what's his name? Joseph Lubin, I think, was on the news the other day talking about Ethereum, so...
CNN, DC here, the money one, CNN Money. Yeah, he actually goes over a little bit of like 3 minutes, but I don't know. It's good because it's like, it's not that much time, but it kind of gets people interested, and at the same time, really say like everything about it. So,
how early would you say we are in this whole cryptocurrency wave? Like, if you could give it like a day, like from like comparing it to like human life, like birth to childhood to adulthood.
Like I'd say like, cause like when I was doing my research, it was like what happened was like the technology was there, but nobody really put it all together. Like the man who put it all together was Satoshi Namasaga. Yeah. So he was like basically the founder of it, but there was things like DigiCash and eCash and all these like little.
Yeah, they were already like digital.
Those things you don't even like know about because they're so old and like they were before their time.
BitTorrent and all that stuff.
Yeah, BitTorrent, uTorrent. I use those now.
Yeah,
and it's like that stuff was like it was all like only like a few people knew about it, and because they like really knew the technology, not many people knew about it, so like it didn't really catch fire. But then until Natasha Sakamoto, or however you say it, I always mix up the words. But
Well,
like,
it's nobody even knows who that is.
yeah, exactly. Some people think it's like an entire group of like
Yeah, could be a
hackers.
group, could be a woman.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And it's just crazy, like, and I honestly like the fact that like he came up with all of it, put it out there, and then, you know, just left it. He didn't come back to it. He literally like left the project and made, who's the chief scientist now for Bitcoin? I forget his name, but he's like the main guy now. Like the main guy who started it left after the main guy was like, oh, I'm gonna go talk to the CIA about it. And he was like, after that, I never heard from him again.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy, the person or people who invented Bitcoin basically, or the blockchain cryptocurrency concept, nobody knows who they are. It's so mysterious. They call him Satoshi Nakamoto, but it's an alias. Nobody knows if that's their real name. Nobody knows who it is.
Right.
They disappeared after Bitcoin was founded, so nobody knows who it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he said supposedly he's gonna work on
Yeah,
a different
research.
project.
Oh, the government's kidding.
That's wild.
There's one or two documentaries on Netflix about Bitcoin stuff.
Those are confusing.
They are?
I showed my girl that, she got confused.
I haven't watched that.
Banking on, I like banking on Bitcoin. That's the one where like I first started off with, and I was like, oh, you know, what's it called? Banking on Bitcoin. That's like.
It's not that bad. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense, it's like what the hell.
Yeah, I mean, if you get into it, seems like you're interested. If you get into it and you try to tell other people, it becomes obvious pretty quickly if they're gonna get it or not. If they start
They
saying
want to
some
get it.
stupid shit,
That being ignorant and shit, the hard at it.
yeah, since, like, it's actually better not to tell anybody, unless they already know.
Unless you already bought it.
Let them find out for themselves. Yeah.
Let me buy it first before I.
Wait till future series.
I mean, I've had some people come around though, like my dad, when I first started telling them about it, he was like, oh, this is sketchy, what if it tanks overnight, is worth nothing, you should take some cash off the top and cash out. But then after a while, once he started to see it on the news every day, and positive news coming out every day, and then his company starts a blockchain department.
Oh, they
Now-
started a blockchain. Oh.
All these big companies are now starting blockchain departments. Bank of America filed a patent for a blockchain or cryptocurrency.
Literally, it's the answer to all the
Yeah.
cyber attacks of the world today.
Yeah, Dubai is putting all of their government transactions on the blockchain by 2020 or some year. I think it's Singapore is creating a digital cryptocurrency version of their currency. Russia is doing that. So it's popping off.
Like, what if like, alright, like, what if like you're like 5,000 Bitcoin and like shit, and like how the fuck do you cash it out?
You go to Coinbase.com. So actually, I was gonna write
That's
that.
what it's on.
So do your research on Ethereum, and then once you're ready to buy some, or actually, even before you're ready to buy some, you should go to Coinbase.com, because it actually takes several days, if not weeks, to get confirmed, to get your account set up on
So
this
put my
website.
savings all in one.
Yeah, honestly, you should put it in there, good, but it takes long as
It
hell.
took me a month to get my account set up on here. You have to upload
What do I
pictures
do?
of your ID, you have to give them your social security number, you have to upload pictures of your face, and then once you do get your account, there's different levels of accounts. So when you first get on there, you can only buy like $200 worth per week.
They check your bank account actually, and then they.
So you need a bank
they-
account?
Yeah, because you have to link your bank account. And then they give you a quote, because they updated, they checked mine and then updated it to like increase like the credit limit and
Yeah.
savings spend. So they actually check your account and check your, like, I don't know how to do it. I really
Yeah,
don't know.
and once you have activity over time, then they raise your limit. Like now I have a ridiculously high limit, it's awesome. But yeah, to cash out, you go to Coinbase, which is the main place to buy as well.
It's like you leave your money in there, but
You've heard of.
Don't leave it there though.
What's
Gotta get a
like,
hardware wallet.
there's another website, it's like md.gov or GOT or something like that.
There's a bunch of different ones. Like when I first got into it, I didn't really know what was going on, but I knew I needed to buy it as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
So I bought from this bougie website called like coinmama.com. I bought Bitcoin and then I traded that for Ethereum on this Jack's wallet.
You fucking use that USB.
Did they charge you like super high like transaction fees
Probably.
compared to like Coinbase or any of the
Yeah,
other
yeah,
ones?
You'll use it, you'll be good. There's like ways to get it back.
Why?
It's like a 24 word, actually, those USBs actually went up on price on Amazon, by the way, too.
Is it the perfect
Oh,
time to get
the hardware wallets?
Dude, that shit went up like $50.
Oh, yeah, so.
They were 100, right?
Yeah, they went up, bro.
So to secure your cryptocurrency, you gotta get a hardware wallet is the most secure way to keep it. Like you can keep it on a website, but if this website gets hacked or, yeah, you're fucked. So you get a little device, I didn't bring mine today, but you get a little device that looks like a USB stick with a Ledger Nano S.
You should leave it in like a corner of the room, right?
Yeah. You get a hardware
Put it
wallet,
like in a safe, in a safe, in a safe.
and then you put your crypto on.
An address to go to.
Dude, this shit's crazy, man. Like, if it blows up, it goes, like,
It's like-
you can return it. It's like OG. Like, you don't even know that.
You go to the address, you have like, pick a card, and then it's in the back of your pocket the whole time.
They're actually running out of the supply though. They can't produce these fast enough for the demand. So there's a backlog of orders. But
Hey, good. Oh, I was also like researching like the companies that were like created after Bitcoin like was a thing, like Bitiston and what there was another one I forget, but like also you should like watch for like companies behind like the actual implementation of the technology too, because they're just gonna be like skyrocketing too. But then you also got to know like when to get out of those, because like a lot of those companies do like, you know, succeed and are like chilling at the top, and then like the next few days they literally go bankrupt and then have to dismember the company.
well, that's one of the good things about getting in early and doing a shitload of research, so then you can find out about newer projects, because then you can get in early when their cryptocurrency is not as expensive, and then you can just let it sit there. And you don't have to invest that much, so if the project tanks and you didn't use that much, but if it succeeds, then you have huge profit potential. That's what I started doing, like buying these smaller cryptocurrencies and just let it sit there. I still do my research. I only invest in projects that look good, but
So how do you like differentiate between like the certain like coins you buy?
just do, what do you mean?
Like let's say if I buy like 10, I buy like 30 on like Bitcoin and put like 50 on like Ethereum.
Yeah.
Like how do I know?
Well, you just buy, like, on Coinbase.
How do you decide how much to invest in?
No, like how do I know like what's the difference?
Oh,
No, they-
I'll show you right now. This
Show you right
I was actually going to show everybody. So this is a software wallet. So I talked about hardware wallets, which is like a USB device. This is a software wallet. There's just an app on your phone. So you can see I have 0.158 Ethereum on here, which is over $48. And so you have a wallet, but just like in your regular wallet, how there's different pouches, you know? Same thing with your cryptocurrency wallet.
So
So,
how much you have for Ethereum?
so Bitcoin, I have 0 Bitcoins in here, but this is the Bitcoin wallet. You can see I've done transactions, a bunch of transactions. This is a project based on Ethereum called Golem. So I have 14.8 Golem tokens, which are worth $2.71. But yeah, you can have all these different cryptocurrencies on here.